Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited for today's video because we are diving into the new release from Cosmic Brushes. We have the Smoulder Palette. We also discussed some things that are currently happening with shipping overseas. We do the swatches, we try it on the eyes, and I give you guys my honest opinion. Now you guys, before we jump in, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos, and if you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see what the swatches look like and how I got this look, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, we have the palette from Cosmic Brushes. This is the Smoulder palette. When I saw this color story, I was like, ooh, I'm here for it. And right now the weather is getting a little bit cooler. Finally in sweater weather. I was just kind of surprised. So I was like, this is like the perfect vibes for this today. This color story is very gorgeous, kind of definitely smoky eye vibes. You've got a nice matte black, you've got a bunch of different shimmers, you've got some tan tones and browns along with some grays. So I feel like we could do a little bit more smoky. I also like that in the top you have some pinkish tones. So if you want like a little bit more girly and flirty, you could definitely do that with the top row. And I love a beautiful like pink in the crease just to give it some flirtiness. So I feel like this is going to be a fun color story because looking at some of these multi-chrome shades and looking at how they're shifting in the pan, I'm intrigued to see what they look like when I swatch them. It does look like there are more mattes than shimmers. And then even looking at a couple of the multi-chromes like embers, kind of shifts between pink and orange in the pan, and that ignite shifts between pinks, lime green, and blue. So let me go ahead, swatch these, see what we have to play with, and we'll discuss before we dive in. The swatches did not disappoint. Beautiful shades. I really like how the shimmers are showing up. Embers is definitely the oddball out in all of these shades because it leans kind of pinky to orange, whereas everything else has like bluish, grayish, goldish undertones. Even Ignite, that shimmer is really gorgeous. It has greens and oranges, pinks and blues. Very beautiful shade. Allure is definitely that champagne shade that I kind of gravitate towards. Really beautiful. And then the mattes, not all of them swatched beautifully. Sometimes you get a really good swatch and sometimes it's just like the fingerprint and then nothing else. But that's not necessarily what it's going to look like on the eyes when you go and use it and apply it with a brush. So I'm intrigued to see what they look like on the eyes. I'm wondering, I'm like, do I go into like the deeper, darker shades or do I keep it smoky with like a light inner corner area? I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna go and look over these really quick, see if I can come up with a way forward, and then we will dive in. Okay, you guys, I do have a way forward with this palette, and I picked out the rest of my makeup, keeping it more on like cool toned shades this time. I'm gonna start out in the shade Kindle. I'm gonna use my little fluffy crease. I say little, it's a fluffy crease brush. You guys, I absolutely love Cosmic Brushes. Their colors and the quality of their eyeshadows is stunning. Now, they're out of the UK, and there's been some stuff going on with the tariffs and shipping from overseas. I think I just saw on their Instagram they posted about not being able to ship overseas. They're not the only ones. I completely understand where they're coming from. It's kind of a weird predicament to be in. It just kind of sucks because there's some great brands overseas that I love to purchase from, and I can understand not wanting to take on that extra fee, the extra charge. There have been some brands that have sent updates, like Glam had said that DHL is going to still ship for them, but there's going to be some fees that they're going to tack on and they're going to reach out to you to pay for, and it's a weird predicament. I'm going to go into the shade Sultry. I really hope things start to like calm down as far as that's concerned, because I do like using products from Glam, Cosmic Brushes, Odin's Eye. Like there's a bunch of different brands from overseas that I do enjoy. Not every country is getting tariffs. There's a lot of politics, and I don't discuss politics on this channel. Your politics and views are your own. I keep mine pretty close-lipped because I am military, and my personal opinion is my personal opinion. However, we're not going to get into a right versus wrong conversation in the comments. You are entitled to your beliefs, just as I am entitled to my beliefs on everything. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. It kind of hurts my heart that there's some products that I may not be able to get while things figure themselves out. But I will do what I can do in supporting these brands that I do enjoy. And I will continue to follow along, like what happens with if I'm able to order from them, if I'm able to ship to my house. It honestly depends, and we will see what happens. Okay. We're keeping this pretty light right now. I think I'm going to switch over to my compacted smudge brush, still going into sultry, and we're going to deepen that up a little bit. I always like to use my fluffy crease brush just to get a little bit of a smoky shadow, but I also don't want to deepen it up too much. You guys, my allergies have been kicking my butt this morning. We had gone out last night for Jamie's birthday. We had gone up to the vineyard that we went to for my birthday. They were doing music bingo last night instead of like trivia. I ended up staying at her house. My allergies, when I woke up, they were just going off. And I was like, oh, that's the kind of day it's going to be. So I took my time when I got home, just hanging out with Dixon and Sochu, letting my allergies kind of like settle down. There's someone outside the window. Well, I say outside the window. I'm on the second floor. I can see someone parked across the street. I'm wondering if I ordered some stuff from Amazon in preparations like sweaters because I'm supposed to be with Emily in Paris in October. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to need some things that are a little bit lighter. I can layer with my pleather jacket or my jean jacket or whatever I decide to take with me. I think that might be it. It's supposed to be delivered today. It was 9 stops away. So I think that's what's getting delivered. But I'm also waiting for a little dude to start barking, which means I know they're at the front door. Okay, we're going to deepen it up a little bit with the shade Chemistry. You guys, I love this oversized sweater. I got this the other day at, is it Costco? It's by Lucky Brand. It was like $12.99. I've been wearing this and I have like a mauvey rose one that I got. Really pretty shade. What was I looking for? My pencil brush. We're just going to go into Chemistry on my pencil brush, just ever so slightly on the lash line, and then take my compacted smudge brush and kind of flare it out a little bit more. We're just going to stay in the outer corner area. I didn't see a reason to have a Costco card, and then while I was gone, Luke was like, we need to get one. And I was like, I used to have one. I just barely ever went there. However, I have been definitely doing like price comparisons when I've been shopping because groceries are ridiculous. I've been doing pretty good. Like, it's just me. Luke is gone. So for the most part, I've been able to like make things last a little bit longer. The downside is like fruits and vegetables. I do have to buy those like every couple days. They don't last. But I had gone to Costco the other day because, what was it? Like chips and pita chips, like the big Fiesta style, or not Fiesta, the party bags. I think one of them said Fiesta on the front of it. But those are only like $5.99 at Costco. Whereas like the regular size bags are almost like $4.99 at the store. And I was like, I'm just going to go get the oversized bag. I'll break them down into like Ziploc bags so they don't get stale. But I am all about like making my dollar go as far as it possibly can. If I let Luke loose, he's spending way too much money on things that we didn't have on the grocery list. All right, so no extra product. I'm just gonna take my compacted smudge brush and just kind of blur that black shade into everything else. But when I was in Costco, at the front, there was like a table and I was like, are we already wearing sweaters? This was only 2 days ago. And that day it was like 80, 85. Last night it was 70 degrees and I wore this really light sweater, the mauvey one of this. And the girls had brought like hoodies and they're like, oh, I don't think we're going to need anything more than our t-shirt. And then the weather dropped and I was like, oh, I feel good in my sweater. And they all had to put their sweatshirts on. I was like, I didn't see that coming. So we are in sweater weather, you guys, at least in Norfolk, Virginia. So I am stocking up. All right, I'm going into the shade Smolder. This one I'm going to pick up on my middle finger and we're going to place it in the center. So this does have like gold glitter, but it's mostly like graphite gray. But if you have a Costco card and you want some sweaters, this one from Lucky Brand, so comfortable. I like that it's oversized. I like that the sleeves are longer, so like I like that it covers part of my hand. And then there are like 4 shades. I might go back and get the green one, but I only picked up 2 because I wasn't sure. It was only $12.99. I was like, they're never, like, I can never find a comfortable sweater for $13. Usually they're like super itchy and scratchy. This is so soft. All right, right there. I think we're gonna shift into another shimmer. We're gonna go into the shade Allure. We're gonna pick that up on our ring finger. I'm gonna place it right here in the inner corner and then blend it. So this one's more that graphite gray, and this has more of like this champagne shades to it. I do have my silicone applicator. I don't think I need any extra product. I'm just going to take what is already on my eye and smooth it because I do have the inner corner crinkles and just smoothed out. This will probably get deepened up a little bit once I do all my base products. I'm going to go do this eye, base products, and I will be back. Okay, now to finish off the under eye. I'm going to pop into the shade Kindle. This one just on my little tiny compacted smudge brush. We're going to take it the entire length of the under eye. Into shade Sultry. This one I'm going to keep further out into the outer V. And then into Chemistry. This one I'm just going to pick up on my pencil brush, place it, I dug in too much. Just going to place it right here in the lash line. And then underneath. Now, this one, I'm going to go back into Sultry, and because I already deposited Chemistry there, I'm just going to use a little bit of Sultry to smoke it out. I don't want it to be too concentrated. I don't want the black to overpower this. So like if you ever want a smoky eye, but you don't want the black to be super intense, you place the black where you want it to be, and then you take a lighter shade on a smudge brush and just blend it out. And now you got some of the black, but then you got this lighter charcoal gray. And now I have a smoky eye, but I don't look like a raccoon. I am going to use the shade in the palette for the inner corner. I'm going to go into the shade Swoon. This one is like an icy white. Actually, because I did already do my highlighter. Yep, I'm going to use Swoon. So on my pencil brush, just place it right here in the inner corner. Whew, that is flaky. I'm going to use my silicone spatula to precisely place it. Oh, that one was a little bit messy. I'm gonna take my fluffy crease brush. I'm getting all the product off of it because I'm gonna flick the stuff that's not like placed so it doesn't make a huge mess. All right, so I'm gonna use my silicone spatula to deposit this more precisely than it had been. Okay, that looks like icy white diamonds. The regular pencil brush, not it. It literally is flicking it everywhere. So on this side, we're just gonna use the silicone spatula. Much better. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna go do some brows, liner, mascara, and lips, and I will be back with the final look. Okay, you guys, I'm back and this is the final look. I did put a new liner in the waterline. I tend to use black, but thought I would switch it up a little bit, and then I stuck with Berry for the lips. I had said that I pulled a cool tone blush for the cheeks, but when it blended together, it definitely has the berry tone, so stuck with that for the lip. Any products that I used that I didn't discuss will be linked down below, so if you want to check any of those products out, go ahead and do that. Now you guys, the Smolder palette. I love Cosmic Brushes. Their color stories, their eyeshadow quality is stunning. I love the shades in here. I like that you have the pinks, you got some tans and browns, and then you got the grays and black. I feel like if you like a smoky eye, but you're not really sure if you want it like an intense smoky eye or you want it a little bit more subdued, I feel like you could do a little bit of both with this. And I love the multi-chrome shades in here. A lot of them are shimmers. There's 2 like definitive multi-chromes with Ignite and then the shade Embers. I feel like I could play around with those, switch it up a little bit when it comes to the smoky eye, but I'm really glad to have this in my collection. I will continue to keep you guys updated as shipping from different countries continues and see what that adventure looks like. I've definitely loved having a bunch of the different palettes that I've purchased from, like Glam Natrix, Odin's Eye, Cosmic Brushes. There's a bunch of them that I have in my collection that have come from overseas, so really hoping that we don't have any crazy issues with that. Maybe I had to pay a little bit extra. It's fine. We'll deal with it. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.